Hey guys, Sean with Long Honeymoon here. Recently while touring southern Thailand, I looked around and I saw all this beautiful water and thought to myself, RV water hoses. What is there to be said about RV water hoses? Actually, quite a lot, and that's the point of this video. First of all, you need to know, if you are new to RV travel, do not use an ordinary green garden hose to transfer drinking water into your RV. You should never drink out of these green hoses. This one you might use as a hula hoop, but never for drinking water. That's because these green hoses can transmit lead, mold, mildew, and cooties into your drinking water. You drink from one of these hoses, you may contract coronavirus. So don't do that. You need to get a government-approved water hose. Somewhere in our government, there's a full team of bureaucrats working night and day to approve drinking water hoses. Yes, there are hoses that are specifically made for drinking water. Normally I have my hose neatly curled up in an orderly fashion, but today I'm attempting to recreate a DNA helix. You know the way that some artists work with balloons, making balloon animals? I make water hose arrangements. So let's talk about length, which I realize can get rather personal rather quickly. Guys, don't kid yourself. Length matters as well as girth. A concerned viewer recently asked, should I purchase two 25-foot water hoses for my RV or one 50-foot water hose? The answer is neither. We actually have purchased a 35-foot drinking water hose for our RV, and we found this length works very well for us. And I would imagine the larger your RV, the more issues you might run into as far as the location of the water spigot. What a lot of people do is carry various lengths of hose with them. Some people might carry two 25-foot hoses. Some people might carry a 50 and a 10. Whatever you think works for you. I'm just saying the 35-foot length has worked well for us. By the way, I have found this little piece of plastic very handy. This little RV drinking water hose carry handle. And it's well worth the $1 or $2 that they charge for it. And you guessed it, I know this will come as a shock to some of you. There will be a link to all these water hoses we discuss and the various attachments beneath this video and in our Amazon store at amazon.com/shop/longhoneymoon. Now, when you look at our water hose, there are a couple things that might stand out. First is this apparatus. This is a water filter. You can attach this to either end of your RV drinking water hose. We often attach it to the end of the hose that attaches to our RV. A lot of you guys out there will comment you would rather attach the filter closer to the city water inlet. That way you're filtering all the water that enters the hose. That's fine. I've discovered in the real world quite often campgrounds locate the city water connection in the most inconvenient location imaginable. And sometimes the water filter would kind of conflict with attaching my hose to that city water outlet. So I went ahead and just attached the filter to the end of the hose, and it works fine for us. I will point out my wife prefers the water filter to be closer to the RV. So to keep my wife happy, I keep the filter on that end of the hose. Your results may vary depending on your particular spouse. Something else you'll notice about the way we have our hose stored, and if you have any children in the room, you may want them to leave now. You can attach the male end of the hose to the female end of the hose. That way you won't have any ants or other cooties getting inside your hose when it's in storage, so you don't have an open end of the hose dangling out wherever you may store it. The only water hose that we carry with us for drinking water is this 35-foot hose. If you are really into water hoses, you should know there are different types of water hose you could get for your RV. You can get insulated water hoses for your RV. You can even get heated water hoses for your RV. Those heated hoses actually have an electrical connection. You plug them up to power and they will prevent the water inside the hose from freezing, which comes in handy in wintertime. Now those hoses can be pretty expensive. Some of them cost more than $300 for a 25-foot hose. So I would rather take that money, put it into diesel fuel, drive south where it's warm, and I won't have to worry about having a heated water hose. So I'm here at the city water inlet to our Airstream, and I want to point out something to you newbies that hopefully will help someone avert a disaster. I said there are two places you can attach your drinking water hose to your RV. There's the city water inlet, which will pump water into the pipes of the RV, so you have water in the kitchen and the bathroom and so forth. There's also the freshwater tank inlet, which on our trailer is located on the opposite side of the trailer. There's a third place you can attach a water hose on your RV, and a lot of people call this the no fuss flush or the black water flush. And the RV industry does a terrible job of labeling these inlets. Quite often, your black water flush inlet will be located right next to the city water inlet. Well, what happens when you attach a water hose to the black water tank inlet? When you do that and you turn on some city water, you're pumping fresh water into your black water tank. Now you remember the black water tank is where the contents of the toilet go, right? So the idea is it's a way to help flush clean your black water tank. First of all, you should never attach your city water hose to that black water flush, because then you're potentially contaminating your drinking water hose with cooties. Yes, those cooties can jump from your black water tank through that water hose, and so you might end up getting sick. Secondly, and perhaps even more importantly, if you attach a city water hose to that black water flush inlet mistakenly, you turn on the water, what's going to happen? You're going to pump water into that black water tank and it will potentially overflow. And when it overflows, as I understand it, it could spill out not only beneath the toilet, but there is a toilet vent. The water can rise up through that toilet vent, come out on the roof of your trailer or RV, and spill out all over the roof of your trailer. Well, suppose you have deployed your awning. Then that water can fill out onto your awning. What happens when water fills an awning? It tears away the awning, potentially tears down the awning, and causes thousands of dollars of damage to your RV. So yes, there have been cases where people have made the mistake of attaching their city water to the black water flush, turned it on, and left their campsite. Then they come back a couple hours later and their RV is trashed by toilet water. You don't really want that happening, do you? So make sure you're attaching your water hose to the correct inlet. In RV industry, please do a better job of labeling these inlets. See, our Airstream has really no labels at all. For the no fuss flush or black water flush, we carry a small, like 10-foot water hose that we use exclusively for that purpose. A couple other things I'd like to quickly mention about RV water hoses. First of all, we sometimes have the issue of leaks, either at the city water outlet or at the city water inlet on RV. Some people carry rubber spacers with them that you can attach with the city water outlet that'll get you a better, more secure connection so it won't leak. You can also carry plumber's tape with you for that purpose. Wrap some of that plumber's tape around the male end of the hose and connect that to your RV, and you'll get a better connection. One other item to mention is a water pressure regulator. We carry one of these with us on the road, but we very rarely ever use it, and that's because we have a water pressure regulator built into our trailer, so we don't really have to worry about this. If you do not have a water pressure regulator built into your RV, you'll want to pick one of these items up. It is preset at 45 psi of pressure, And you see there's a problem from time to time in some campgrounds that the water pressure can be too high, believe it or not, and it could actually damage your RV pipes. And I know, for example, Fishing Bridge in Yellowstone has this issue of very high water pressure. So in that case, you're going to want a water pressure regulator to protect your RV. Pretty cheap. Pick one of these up in the Long Long Honeymoon Amazon store. So that's it, guys. I am so glad that I flew home from Thailand to make this video about RV water hoses. What have I missed? What have I forgotten? Let me know. I'm sure that some of you RV veterans out there have something to add to this video. If so, please chime in, post a comment, post an insult, ridicule me. You know the game. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to Long Long Honeymoon. We've got a lot of great RV content coming up. And for all you solar hippies out there, stay tuned, because this old gal is about to get a major makeover. And it's going to be one of the most exciting projects we've done to our trailer since the portable bidet. Tune in for that, coming your way soon. As always, thanks. And what do we say on this bizarre channel? We say, sayonara. Lo-lo-ho. Dander Boots Mountain Light Hiking Boot against the traditional Dutch wooden clog. The Dander Boot is constructed of an all-leather upper that's made by hand of one piece of leather. The wooden clog is made by hand also one piece of wood. So we're gonna call this one a tie. Dander boots get the job done and they will last for years. Wooden clogs also get the job done, and if kept termite free, they also will last for years. Plus, wooden clogs are buoyant. They will float in water, and in a pinch, you can use them as firewood. Advantage, wooden clogs. Dander boots are a little bit heavy and bulky, but once you break them in, they are very supportive and comfortable over the long term. Wooden clogs, not so much. They feel kind of like wearing a large log on your foot. Plus, you run the risk of splinters. Dander style is truly classic. You can wear these boots just about anywhere. Wooden clog, also truly classic, but you look kind of like a large elf whenever you wear these things. I'm not sure really what these are good for. Remember, drinking water out of a green garden hose can cause you to glow in the dark. You know, we used to drink out of garden hoses all the time when I was a kid, which explains a lot.